I just received my new Katanaboy 700, the Silky Katanaboy 700 saw, which I ordered from Forestry Suppliers of Jackson, Mississippi. I'm going to compare it to my older 650 model and explain to you why you ought to purchase the 700 over the 650 if you have a choice. Unboxed, you can see the two models side by side, the 650 and the 700. The 700 has 1.5 inches more blade length than the 650, but the main differences are in the hardware attaching the saw to the handle. There's some very important changes that Silky made to this model. They re-engineered the flange and the bracket that holds the saw in place. This upgrade is very significant. The hardware on the end here is thicker. The metal is much more stable, and it solves, I think, a serious problem with the 650 saws. The single point of failure with the saw was this little peg at the end of the saw. Here, the same design still exists in the 700, but the metal is thicker and much more rigid, so I don't think this will slip out. In the 650, especially if you're an early sawyer and you're getting your saw caught a lot, you'll torque your blade enough such that this peg, which rests in here just by friction, just setting in here, this peg will come loose and eventually fall out, which it stabilizes. The peg goes into this little gap in the saw and stabilizes the entire blade as it's forward and you're cutting an actual log. Okay, it's very important. It's crucial for the operation of the saw. So if that comes loose or falls out, in the field you can swap it in with like a nail if you can find one. But the nail is not strong enough to hold the saw over time. It'll bend. So you need to replace that with something like a high quality stainless steel bolt, which is what I've done here. And so I've modified my 650, and this has held up very well. I've put nails in there, and that's just a workaround in the field. But I don't think I'll have to do that with the 700 because this housing here and this screw is much higher tolerance. It feels good. It tightens well compared to this plastic capped screw here. I think this is a higher quality of hardware. I don't think I'll have to replace this or hack it in any way. I think it will remain stable when I take it out this spring. The 650 has served me well. I've cut hundreds and hundreds of logs in the North Cascades of Washington in the Pasayten Wilderness with this saw, and it's been a great friend. I can still use these blades on the 700. They're compatible size-wise. I can install them. So I could go, let's say I went on a 2-week trip into the Pasayten, and I could bring this existing blade on the 700, which is factory sharp, really impressive, and I could bring 2 spare 650 blades as backups. I could swap them in over the days to keep a sharp blade to do some crazy amount of work. I could get a lot done in 2 weeks, that's for sure. If you're considering which saw to buy, I know the 700 is slightly heavier than the 650. I would say, as an experienced sawyer with these tools, that the 700 completely justifies the purchase over a 650. If you have a 650 and you're happy with it and you're productive and you've used it a moderate amount, I mean, stick with it till it wears out, especially if you're concerned about the forward bolt or any of this hardware. This design up here, there's a little kind of bridge across the top here that can also, that's another weak point potentially. If your saw wears out, then obviously you upgrade, get the 700. But if you're buying a new saw, I'd recommend that you get the 700 right away. It's a fantastic model. It feels good. It just feels solid in the hand, and I really can't wait to get out in the field with it and start cutting logs.